Belarus after a 5-1 defeat in their opening game in the Continental Cup final. Opening game against Nomad Astana. The Steelers are hoping to bounce back against the Belarusian hosts and tournament favourites Yunost Minsk. The two sides met in the last round of the competition in Rungsted, with Minsk beating the Steelers 7-1 in their opening game of the Group D tournament. And much like last night against Nomads, they had their opportunities. Sheffield, though, are without Robert Dowd. He's been fitted for a leg brace after being ruled out of the tournament with a knee ligament injury. We don't Yamteen with Jonathan Phillips. So Yamteen has worked. This is his first shift now with that Jonathan Phillips line. Cole Shudra digging the puck out, just manages to free it, but it comes to the Yunost Minsk stick. Shot comes in from the point. Moose gets down well. And Shudra thought about going into the corner to pursue it, instead just decides to back off. Clement Pretnar has it at the point now, and that's straight in. That's beaten Moose short side, and Yunost Minsk have the lead. It's the Belarusian hosts 1, Sheffield Steelers 0.
3:28, it went through traffic. Scott Arson was the defenceman, stood right in front of Irving's Mustyakov. Sheffield Steelers are kind of contained as best they can.
Just seeing here on the big screen replay, Clement Pretnar coming back to the point, letting one go through traffic, and it's beating Moose short side. So it's Yunost Minsk 1, the Sheffield Steelers 0. O'Connor, great pass forward to Shudra, just gets the tip, helps it through, and Milchikov has to come out and play it. And Milchikov collides with Jonathan Phillips, and that's going to be a Sheffield Steelers penalty. Meanwhile, Milchikov heads to the bench. It's a delayed penalty and a chance for Yefimenko. Well saved by Irvins Mustakovs on the short side.
So a goalie interference penalty, I would have thought, against Jonathan Phillips. I mean, he could do nothing about that as well, couldn't he?
Back to Antonov. Thinks about the shot. Comes back to Radvodovsky. Wants to go short side. Corso's in there. It's a scramble in front of the net. Zakharov is upended, and Moose has lost sight of the puck. He's spread eagle on the ice, and the referee, thankfully for the Sheffield Steelers, waves the play dead. Just as...
Well, I don't think Moose had too many ideas where that was once he was flat on his belly, did he? He made a couple of super stops there, close in, and they just collapsed in front of him. And you can see there on the screen, they tried to fire one off the back of Mustyakov, and he quickly turned over.
Radvodovsky, there are 4 Yunost Minsk players behind the net of Milchikov, and now they break forward here. Coming down the left-hand side, Miknov, rather. Back here it is Daniel Corso at the point. Now at the half boards, back out to the Antonov on the blue line. Shot sent forward, and it's taken a tip out in front. And that's the second goal of the evening for Yunost Minsk. The shot came in from Antonov, a tip out in front.
Davy Phillips had lost his stick moments before that. Delayed penalty. So a delayed penalty goal, but they're bringing Ben O'Connor to the penalty box.
More frustration for the Sheffield Steelers. 10 seconds they had remaining on that power play for Jonathan Phillips.
10 seconds, so Jonathan
Neely fires it up the ice and tries to pick out Marquardt. Big hit from Marquardt on Clement Pretnar, but Marquardt rather is the player that goes down. Nice interchange, better from the Sheffield Steelers. There's a loose stick on the ice and it's upended.
Power play time for the Steelers.
One of the Sheffield Steelers.
Well, Wallace put a burst of speed on there, didn't he? And he got round his man, and the Minsk defenseman just couldn't contain him and dragged him down. Power play time.
Extremely unfortunate that the remaining stick was still there on the ice. It almost acted as a defenseman, stripping up Tim Wallace. And Yamteen goes back and collects, fired forward towards Frette. Line change for Minsk. Matheson back to Frette. Nice pass off the board, shot for O'Connor through traffic. Another opportunity for O'Connor, just wide of the mark. Good pressure here from the Steelers.
Well, this power play is every bit as nice as the Minsk one.
Westerling has it to Wah. Wah just couldn't get it out of his skates. O'Connor faked the shot, nice pass to Westerling. Westerling out in front. Oh, and just almost a redirected tip from Frette, taking it into goal, but Milchikov just did enough to save. Real good opportunity for the Sheffield Steelers. Frette on the half boards. Shot comes in, and there's a chance on in front, and the Steelers have scored. Matthew Wah, and they get one back on the boards, and it's a power play goal for the Sheffield Steelers. Matthew Wah, and that's what he does so well, finishing right in front of the net. Yunost Minsk 2, Sheffield Steelers 1.
Colton Freder off the half boards. He saw a moment to step inside. He stepped inside. He knew whilst he was just in front of him. He took the shot. There was the rebound, And the king of Sheffield makes it 2-1 with a power play goal at 13:08.
Fantastic work.
That just makes you feel a bit better, Pete, doesn't it? 3 minutes to go in this period. The first period, Steelers trail 2-1.
Marquardt had it, but he just had his stick taken away from him. Forward comes Victor Turkin for Yunost Minsk. Of course, he had such a good game in Rungstedt. 2 goals, 4 points in total that night. That 7-1 defeat. Clement Pratt now.
Marquardt's got that big body when he finishes the hits, doesn't he?
Forward comes Yunost Minsk again, just out of reach of Alexei Skabella. Skabella has it behind the net, or he does momentarily. Good stick there from Matheson. Matheson's so cool in that position. He's got, it almost looks like he's got so much time on the puck as well.
Bobby Moore, Pete. Bobby Moore.
Marquardt loses it. Fitzgerald in to help. Steelers haven't cleared the zone yet, and forward comes Minsk again. An opportunity for Skabella. It's high and wide over Moose's net. Stuck the glove up, but he just didn't quite get there.
But Sheffield still haven't cleared the zone yet for what, 40-50 seconds.
Big hit there from Fitzgerald. No call. Marquardt comes forward now, and behind him, they take the opportunity to change the lines. Marquardt does a good job of holding on to possession, and now help arrives with Matthew Waugh. And a chance here for Arson, and a shot out in front, and the Steelers have equalised. Matthew Waugh, 2 goals in the first period. Excellent play there from Scott Arson. Managed to pick the man. Waugh came across the crease, took the rebound, and stuffed it back round Milchikov.
What a pass that was from Andreas Valdix. I'm just seeing the replay here. Arson shot, defenseman goes down, goalie makes the save. Waz is there, he fakes, he goes backhand, and he gives it to Big On, the king of Sheffield, right in front of the Yunost Minsk fans. 18-18, you can get in the fast lane, Grandma. This bingo game's about ready to roll. It's 2-2. Who'd have thought that at 2-0 down, Pete?
And the Steelers fans down, away to our left-hand side. They're all on their feet. All 12 of them.
They don't need encouragement, Pete.
O'Connor to set up the breakout. Yamteen is the player behind him. Acting almost as a bit of a sweeper. And here's a chance here for Frater. Fires across the face of goal. And a warning shot from the Sheffield Steelers.
Still on the power play for another 5 seconds, remember.
Daniel Corso sat in the box. And a chance there out in front. And has that gone over the line? Matthew Waugh it was with another chance. And
Waugh snapped it. He beat the goalie. The inside of the post came back. And as the goalie sat down, he sat on it.
And you wonder whether or not Paul Thompson will ask for a review here. We saw in the earlier game the referees taking their time to look at the replays. With a few more cameras in this game, the helmet comes back on and we await the official signal. No goal is the call from the referee, so we'll come back. So Waugh now has it in the corner. Waugh rounds the back of the net.
Trust you weren't suggesting the Steelers were infringing the rules there, Pete.
No. Kogolev comes forward with it, flips it forward. Now Yefimenko has it behind the net. He's marshalled by Fitzgerald. There's a suggestion of a hook there, maybe. Fitzgerald gets away with one. Ravodovsky marshalled by Yamteen. 2 number 10s going at it in the corner. Ravodovsky twisting and turning, trying to get it out in front. And indeed it is stuffed home by Alexander Kogolev. Scored against the Steelers in Denmark, and now he's scored against the Steelers in Minsk. Yunost Minsk 3, Sheffield Steelers 2.
You've got to say, what a pass that was, but Scott Arson just left his man right in front. And Arson was 4 foot from Mushikov, but the guy who scores the goal is 3 foot from Mushikov. And I'll be bitterly disappointed. And Scott Arson, you saw him look up into the stands thinking, how did I let him take that shot? How did I let him do that?
Wallace wins that. Had a good night inside the face-off circle so far tonight. Wallace has a chance.
Matheson!
What a goal! Mark Matheson skating in from the half-boards, lifts it into the roof of the net, and for the second time tonight, the Sheffield Steelers are level. Yunost Minsk 3, Sheffield Steelers 3.
Just like on the power play goal when Frater walked in, the Minsk team just backed off, and straight from the face-off, the puck comes back to Matheson, and Mad Dog just walks straight in, and all of a sudden he's thinking, hold on a second. There's nobody between me and them. They're going to let me come in. He comes in a bit more and he shouts one. 24-37. We're tied at 3. And Fred has had it badly for 2 shifts there because he's got He's got assaulted twice.
Parfivets, Yam team trying to chase him down. Parfivets, he has a man at the back door, but he's not able to get it to him. Now it's out on the blue line, and they're blocking shots, and a real let-off for the Sheffield Steelers as Plotnikov had the open net gaping. The puck came to him and he just found on it.
Open goal, short-handed.
Fitzgerald back to Matheson. Matheson just takes a while to set up, backhanded, sends it up towards Fitzgerald. Steelers being careful with their possession here. Didn't have much of it last night. Now here is Matheson coming onto it in the slot. Comes off the back of Yefimenko's leg. Just balloons up in the air. And now Matheson is all alone at the back door. If he could have found him, Levi Nelson. Arson on the angle. Out in front. Nelson! Oh, and he's hit the water bottle on the top of the net. But he's missed the goal. Real opportunity for Levi Nelson with the goal gaping.
What? I can't believe he missed that.
We'll just see the replay now.
How does it?
Plotnikov hands it over to Turkin. Turkin on the right wing. He's got some skill and he's got some hands, but excellent work there from, I was just going to say, excellent work there from Tim Wallace, but I think he's going to be called for a slash.
I think he is. Slashing call. He's
trying to work the opening. They have it in close. Minsk bearing down on goal. Antonov lets one go, it's wide. Plotvin. Moose is fully stretched out on the ice at the right-hand post. Minsk, Antonov into his skates, couldn't take the one-timer shot. Now he loads up one and it's blocked by Phillips. Yamteam gets it out of the zone. Fantastic killing. 1:20 remaining on the power play. Yefimenko now has it on the right wing. Davy Phillips on the ice. Yefimenko backs it off the end boards and
what
it's
you
cleared.
didn't see there, Jonathan Phillips blocks the shot, and then what happens is Steelers are going to go into another penalty, but Jonathan Phillips had his stick just yanked out of his hands. Yanked out of his hands. No penalty was called. But then David Phillips, because he had to cover for Jonathan Phillips,
it's going to be
an elbow. Oh no. 63 seconds at 5-on-3.
It's tied up there. Just about comes back on the mid-side, back at the blue line. Here it is. And it shot from Shileg is just wide. Antonov is on the ice as well. Back here it is with Antonov on the blue line, looking to work that opening. He has Shileg on the one-timer and it's blocked there well by Jonathan Phillips, and it's a foot race.
Jonathan Phillips.
He thought for a moment,
clears it 150 feet.
And Jono thought for a moment about racing down the ice to pursue 5-on-3 Jonathan.
He was only on one leg there, wasn't he?
Now here is Parfivets, but there's no one in front of the net for Yunost Minsk. Comes back to the blue line.
35 seconds.
Antonov has stayed out there. Parfivets at that position. Going down low. Good save there from Mustakov. Shileg. Now here is Antonov. Trying to block Steelers traffic. Gone down. Good save from Mustakovs. Westerling just trying to get it clear. Here is Turkin wheeling in. Another good save from Mustakovs. And again. And it's blocked. And the Steelers
Brilliant,
clear.
Sheffield Steelers.
Yamteam looks up. There's 11 seconds remaining on the Wallace. 2 minutes. Counting down on this 5-on-3. Turkin thinks about the shot from distance. Good work there from Scott Arson.
Steelers kill the 5-on-3. Now it's 5-on-4. Wallace is back out onto the ice, and he's the first man to a loose puck.
Cleared there by Fitzgerald.
And they can't touch it. They touch it. It's going to kill seconds. They touch it. It's high sticks. It's high sticks. 32 seconds left on the 5-on-4. What? That could go down as one of the shifts. One of the shifts.
Excellent. And that blocking in front of the net.
Jonathan Phillips started it off, didn't he? But then when Westerling came out, Westerling, Matheson, Yamteam.
And that was a crucial face-off win for
Moose,
Yamteam.
of course. Your best penalty kill is your goalie. And Moose stood tall.
Now the Steelers with a short-handed opportunity.
Well, they're showing it on the big screen here, and it looks better second time around, please.
Doesn't it just? Excellent penalty killing from the Sheffield Steelers. And if they killed off this 5-on-3, fantastic momentum.
Here are the numbers. 2:27 left in the second. It's tied at 3 and there's 30 seconds left on the penalty against David Phillips with the puck in the offensive zone and Matthew Wild going to work trying to kill.
Wire in the corner, hands it over to Fretter. Shileg is back there trying to win it back for Minsk. Shileg directs to go back behind the goal and Fretter continues to hassle Zakharov. Now it comes back in the opposite corner and now Zakharov will get it back. Wire is communicating with Arson, telling him to just hold his position. Good work there and good communication from the Steelers. Now, Fitzgerald battling in the corner. Comes down here. Zakharov is trying to get free. And now here's a chance for Plotvinov. What a block there with a stick from Zach Fitzgerald. And now forward the Steelers break, 2-on-1. Here comes Colton Fretter with Matthew Ward to his left, and it's just sticked away by Milchikov. And the Sheffield Steelers are back to full strength. They've killed off the 5-on-3, and it remains 3-3. But here comes Radvadovsky, and Moose goes down well and covers up. And the Sheffield Steelers survive with 1:31 remaining in the second. Now it's sent to Parfyevets. Nice pass across. Plotnikov goes to ground. He went to ground the first time, and there was no one near him.
It's David Phillips who makes his way to the penalty box.
It's Turkin again coming in. Another chance, same chance again, and Fitzgerald got down, Arson rather, got down to it low. Here is Turkin with it, back to Parfyevets now as Phillips comes back out, and that's a goal.
A deflected shot, wasn't it? As David Phillips came out of the penalty box, a shot from the left-hand side. Mark Matheson tried to prod it. In fact, was it Mark Matheson who actually was the last man to touch it? Or did 92 actually?
At the moment, Yefimenko is claiming it. He was the player out in front. Neely has it at the half-boards in the Steelers zone. Wallace now has it. Circles around to find support and almost put his team in trouble. Wallace sends it forward at the boards, Neely flicks it on, and Nelson will be first to it. Wallace needs to get in front of goal, and it came to him, and there's a chance there from Davy Phillips, of all people, walking onto the puck, and Neely looks like he's taking a stick in the face. And it's just it's as Plotnikov plays the puck on the ice, Neely's going already on his way down, and just takes a stick in the face. That's why it's not been called, because Wallace wheels away to the left-hand side, beats the first man. He's got Daniel Corso ahead of him. Not much support at the moment. He's got 2 players, now 3 players of Yunost Minsk. Trying to hunt him down, and it comes straight back at the Steelers' defence. Davy Phillips. Out to Matheson. And that Jonathan Phillips line is out there at the moment. Nelson.
Goal!
And it's gone all the way through, and is that Ben O'Connor?
No, it's Levi Nelson, I think, who got a tip. No.
And here we see on the replay, it's the shot worked out to the left-hand side. Ben O'Connor has it, and it's the tip out in front from Yunost Minsk 4, Sheffield Steelers 4, all to play for with 7:42 to play. What a game, David Sims. What a game.
Slick internal crick and telling the Steelers are back in this one, eh?
We're tied with 5:36 to go. What an opportunity for the Sheffield Steelers. Can they make some history?
Can we have some more public service broadcasting? Sean Smith, if you're listening, Sean, if the Kazakhstan team were to finish above the Sheffield Steelers and Steelers were to finish second in the group, would the Champions League spot go to the Steelers, or would basically the CHL say no Continental Cup team made the Champions League?
As they come forward now, might not get to that stage.
It's an important thing, because if that's the case, you take the 4-4 and try and win it in overtime. If it's not the case, and I don't think it is the case, then I think you've got to try and win it in regulation. You might as well finish third in your group, trying to win it.
Corso out in front, he sent that across the face, and he was looking for Miknov. Yunost Minsk pushing now with 4:45 to play. That massive frame of Andrei Miknov. 6-7 he stands.
Their goal is gone, penalty coming, penalty against the Steelers.
Who's it going to be called on? Is it Zach Fitzgerald?
It's high sticks, it's against Fitzy at 55-25.
Radvadovsky, Clement Pretnar, back to Radvadovsky. Shot there, out in front, and a chance for Yunost Minsk, a scramble in front of the net, the Steelers get it away. It's on the blue line, here it is with Pretnar. Played down low, out in front for Yefimenko. Corso making a nuisance of himself in front of the net. And Mark Matheson, what a job he's done. The Steelers get it away. And now it's out in front for Corso. And it's bobbled over the net. And the Steelers are back to full strength. But Yunost Minsk have scored with 2:27 left to play. It's been forced home. Mustakovs is spread on the ice. The Steelers have conceded with 2:27 remaining in the game. The Chizrovka Arena rises to its feet. The fans are delighted away into the left-hand corner. It's Yunost Minsk 5, Sheffield Steelers 4, 2:27 left to play.
Time out Sheffield. with 1:48 remaining. 6 Sheffield Steelers.
So it's O'Connor, Matheson, Fretter, Waugh, Yamteen and Wallace in the face-off circle. The man that's had the hot hand, and he wins it again. It comes back for Matthew Waugh. Now it is with Matheson. Sends it forward. Oh, and it just trickled through. Waugh sends it back into the danger area. And Yunost Minsk have it. It's flipped forward. O'Connor will come across to cut out the danger. Flips it across to Wallace. The Steelers have possession back. Wallace backhands it to
90 seconds.
O'Connor sent. It banks off the half-boards. Fretter loses sight of it. It's behind you. Corso now has it. Sent forward. Didn't get the shot away. Matheson has time.
And that earlier shift, there were chances as well, weren't there?
When they're just, it's sent forward now. Watt gets it to O'Connor. O'Connor sent forward. It hits Wallace in the helmet. Yamteen fires wide. What a chance there for Andreas Yamteen. Yefi Menko is down on the ice. 2 Yunost Minsk players down on the ground at the moment. Waugh. And now a decision will be made. There will be a penalty called. We wait to see which way it's gone.
I don't think he's made a penalty call. I think he's just said Steelers covered the buckle.
We've been treated to a fantastic evening of hockey here at the Shizrovka Arena. Sellout crowd here, filling the lower tiers. And the Steelers have it with O'Connor. To Nelson. Forward. Marquardt. Big hit there on Victor Turkin. Mustakov still sits on the bench. 41 seconds remaining here now. Valdix gets it to Nelson, to Marquardt. Marquardt has it, it's free. Parfi Evets almost onto it, and it was flipped forward. Clement Pretnar battling with Nelson. Marquardt has it down low. Here it is with Valdix. O'Connor with a chance out in front. Sent the shot forward. Turkin, it's flipped forward, and it's a foot race now between Parfi Evets and O'Connor. Parfi Evets hurdles O'Connor. O'Connor will come back with it, and the Sheffield Steelers with 13 seconds remaining, careering up the ice with Mark Matheson, going north to south. They have to get it on goal now. 6 seconds remaining, and it's tied up in the corner, and that will be the game. Yunost Minsk have won. Yunost Minsk 5, Sheffield Steelers 4, but that has been a real battle, Dame Sims.
What a performance by the Sheffield Steelers. Well, you were disappointed and frustrated last night. Your emotions tonight?
I couldn't be prouder. I mean, it was the level of the game was like the playoff final, and unfortunately we came out the wrong side. But I thought the guys' commitment and effort and the game was a barn burner. And we really did take it to them at times, and some strange calls at the end, which put them on a couple of power plays, but we're kind of trying to fathom out what the actual calls were. And that was the difference, you know. And you think of the goals, I mean, I think it was 2 or 3 tips in front, and they scored 2 or 3 in tight, a couple of goals in tight, and you know, we had a guy in a penalty box, a defenseman in a penalty box, we're only playing with 5 anyway, so that's down to 4, and you lose that battle around the net. But I couldn't be prouder of every single player tonight.
At breakfast, at lunch, they looked a tired group. They looked a despondent group a little bit after what had happened yesterday. What did you have to do to get them going and put belief in them that they could perform like that?
We just told the truth. You know, we brought them in for video, and we showed our performances or our breakdowns last night, because it's a process. You've got to move on. You've got to understand why you're losing or why you didn't win the game last night. There was a lot of good things about last night. We had chances, we didn't take them, but we made it too easy to score the other end. And so we looked at that. We talked about, you know, it's a big commitment to come here and travel, and you know, it's tiring for everybody. It's a tough competition, and we want to enjoy it. And so, you know, play with some pride and play with some enjoyment. And you know, I thought the boys were fabulous. 2-0
down, a power play. A huge kill in that first period before Matthew got going, didn't it? And because if it had gone to 3-0, it could have gone ugly. But the commitment that they showed on that power play, making sure it stayed at 2, and then Matthew then changed the game a little bit in that first period.
But even at 2-0, I mean, Moose was unsighted on both. I think there were wrist shots on the blue line, and I think the second one took a tip, and the first one he didn't. Someone skated across his path. So, but we were playing really well at that point, and so there was no negativity. You know, it was all about pushing on, and Matthew, you know, gets us back for the 2-1 and the 2-2 goal. Great pass by Scotty that saw Matthew go into the net, and then it was 3-2, 3-3, you know, 4-3, 4-4. And we did have a couple of chances. We had a couple of 2-on-1s. Wally had one, and Yama had one, and it wasn't to be. But if we give that kind of effort and we play at that kind of level, we'll be, we'll be in a good place once we get back.
I think in commentary, and I think we spoke on the bus coming back, that 5-on-3 penalty kill was exceptional. And Yamtin, Phillips, Matheson totally, but the other two lads as well were just phenomenal, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, blocking shots. I mean, that's a pretty skilled group they've got out there. I mean, we don't play anybody at that level in our league, and we've got some good players, and there's some exceptional skill set out there. And to kill that off really energised us. And Jono and Yama and Matheson was outstanding again for us today. And like I said, to play at that pace. I mean, and that was pace. That was a tough pace today, and to play it with 5D. And no Robert Dowd, no Army, and no Liam Kirk, and no Franz Giller today. It was a great effort, and I just gutted that the boys. We probably, I think we deserved the win today, and we didn't get it this time around.
We started off by saying the mood was down yesterday. What's the mood like now? Is it one of pride or is it one of disappointment? And if it is the latter, how do you get them up tomorrow for a bronze medal game?
I felt that we were pretty down this morning. Robert's walking around with a knee brace the length of his leg, and I just felt that we had to put a positive spin and try and put a positive spin on what had happened. And we lose 2 more players, and you think, here we go again. But the guys responded. They took on board what we talked about, and I thought they were magnificent. And like I said, they were very, very disappointed after the game. But I think in their heart of hearts, they know that they gave everything to try and win that game, and it just wasn't to be tonight.
They deserve a medal tomorrow, and a win would be a fitting end to this trip.
Yeah, we want to win. I mean, I watched Ritten again today. Good team, and the Kazakhstan team. And I'm not taking any away from Ritten, but they weren't half the team they were the night before. And Ritten were 2-0 up, and they ended up losing in a shootout. But Ritten had a lot of chances to finish that game, so it won't be an easy game. Ritten have got some good players, good system. They play together. They've been together as a group for a while, and you can see that. So obviously getting back in, I don't know what the time is, around 11 o'clock now. The boys are just eating, get them to bed, and we've got to get them up for 8 o'clock for breakfast, and then they'll have a light lunch around 11, and around noon we'll head down to play our third game.
Mark, I don't know whether to congratulate you or commiserate with you, because there's mixed emotions here tonight. What's the feeling like in the camp?
Honestly, those one of those games where they're tough to lose. I thought we were the better team tonight. A couple bad breaks, a couple bad penalties, but I mean, we take the positives from that. We were able to battle back. We didn't get down. We stuck to our game, and we took it to them. Unfortunately, just came out on the losing end of it.
It would have been easy to feel sorry for ourselves. We get beaten badly last night, and then you lose Frankie, you lose Dowdy as well. But there didn't seem to be any feeling sorry for themselves. The boys really dug in, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that's taken the easy way out, to feel sorry for yourself. I mean, what happened, and you can only go up from there. And I thought we did a great job sticking together. Positive on the bench tonight, and we put together a pretty good performance.
That huge penalty kill in the first period to stop it going 3-0 when it was already 2, it seemed to energise the team, and then Matthew's 2 goals must have given the team a huge boost at the end of that first session. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those times where, we were down 2-0, but we had a good start, and we just stuck with it. Like you said, it was a big kill, and then we got rewarded for our hard work there. If we'd had a punch in the ribs, we got the kidney punch straight after, didn't we? They went 3-2, and then you tied it at 3-3. Talk us through your goal. It was just kind of a D down the wall. Either I had my option of giving it back to the point or taking it to the net, and was able to get around the guy, and just took it to the net hard and was able to finish. I think the Minsk team, to call the timeout with 6-7 minutes to go in the second period, it showed that we'd got under their skin a little bit, and they knew they were in a real game. Yeah, absolutely. We were applying the pressure, and you could tell they were a little bit frazzled there from their usual game plan. So that's always a good sign, and we fed off that as well. And we didn't get down on the bench when we went down a goal there, and we fought back twice. And just at the end there, it was one of those things. It had to be Levi, didn't it, to get that 4-4 goal. He played so well again tonight, but then to leave it so late, I think we're all baffled by what Davy Phillips' penalty was at the end. I don't think any of us knew, but to lose it in that way, it must just be heartbreaking. Yeah, absolutely. If you feel bad amongst the team, but having a good performance like that, it's a lot easier to turn the page. And we have one more game left here, and then we take this good play back to our league. If we win tomorrow, we win a medal. At least we have something to go home with and show for an outstanding trip here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, we played well enough to take something home. So we play another good team tomorrow, but it's one of those examples where we got to focus on us and play our game.
Matthew, congratulations, an outstanding performance, and I guess there's a sense of disappointment that it just couldn't go one step further.
Yeah, of course. That was our goal tonight, to come to win the game. I know they beat us pretty bad last tournament, so we had a little vengeance against those guys. But I think we played for 60 minutes tonight. The guys show everything they have. Didn't go our way, but we're proud of our performance.
I was going to say, you used the word proud, and that's one I think we used in commentary as well, because it could have gone the other way. We could have felt sorry for ourselves, no Dowdy, no Frankie, other guys at home, but there was no sense of that.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't just go there easy and thinking about all those guys we're missing. But the guys, like I said, we showed up for 60 minutes. We had a good game plan, and we came short for, one goal at the end. But no, guys are happy with the performance, even if we doesn't go through, but that's life.
It is indeed. Talk us through your two goals. I guess they would be Matthew Wild goals, wouldn't they?
Yeah, the first one, I felt like I was in the back of my office there. Fred's made a good play. I got the rebound. The second one, just the full line, great play, nice passes. Cuddy found me right in the slot. At that point, it was 2-2. I think we're right there, but like I said, we battled through, but we came short.
How hard is it for the two pairs of wingers when you're playing with a different sentiment every other shift? Is that difficult?
It is a little bit, but I think we did that a few times this year. I think that's why you need a good chemistry with your winger, so at least that you get the two pair that you know where you're going. But everyone likes to play with each other, and that's the team, and that's especially when you know before the game that's what's going to happen, so you can think about it before.
And again for a medal tomorrow, and you feel that a medal would be justified. It's something the club deserves after the efforts of the last few days.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to go there, but again, we're going to show some pride and some in our game and go there to win the game. But we wish it was for a bigger trophy, but again, we want to win the game.